Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt.
Hey, hello there from Abe Stark Sports Center. It's a cold Sunday in January, but we've got a hot one for you here today. It's the New York Stars welcoming on in the Long Island Sharks 16U AA New York State hockey game. Stick around. We'll have all the coverage for you coming up next on Midnight Sports. All right, we are getting set here. About 15 minutes delayed. A couple of the early games ran long, but we promise it's going to be 45 minutes. Some really good New York State hockey coming up. And just a moment here from the boardwalk. And so let's give you a little bit more detail about the Long Island Sharks. These teams have played once already this season. Out on the island, the Stars came away with what ended up being a very close 5-2 victory. Don't let the scoreline fool you. The Sharks were in it right until the very end when a couple of unfortunate penalties allowed the Stars to separate themselves from the Sharks. The Sharks come into today with a loss recently against the Great Neck Bruins, 3-8. A loss against the Mid-Hudson Polar Bears, 1-8. Seems like everybody's losing to the Polar Bears of late, but a win against the Hampton Road Warriors by a score of 4-2. And, of course, the Stars in search of their first win here in the new year, having lost a tough one against the Long Island Rebels yesterday. Depends which score sheet you look at, either 0-8 or 0-11. And so the Stars looking to bounce on back here today. And so 3 minutes on the warm-up board. We're going to give you an extended look in at warm-ups right here on Midnight Sports. Keep it here. We'll be back with some 16U AA hockey coming up next. Well, hello from up here in the broadcast booth. If you're just tuning in, 24 more seconds left to go in the warm-up period, and time enough to give a big Midnight Sports thank you to Braden Murphy for filling in yesterday on a moment's notice. The last game of his suspension, he was able to come up to the broadcast booth. No preparation at all. He woke up that way, folks. And he might be number 6 on the ice, but he's number 1 in the booth here for Midnight Sports. So thank you so much to Braden Murphy for filling in yesterday. Great to see him, the alternate captain, back out there on the ice as the Stars get ready to roll here from Abe Stark. Buzzer is gone for the warm-up period. We should be getting puck drop for period 1 coming up here in just a moment. From the boardwalk, Midnight Sports and the Stars, more importantly, are back in action next weekend when the Stars will play host on Saturday evening, either a 7:30 or 6:45 p.m. start. Not confirmed just yet, but the game is confirmed, or will be, against the New Jersey Devils. And you're not going to want to miss that one from the boardwalk next Saturday. And then on Sunday morning, the Stars trundle all the way up to Brewster, New York, to take on the New York Apple Corps. And subject to carrier restrictions, Midnight Sports will have that game for you too. But first, it's going to be 45 minutes of New York State hockey here from Coney Island. As soon as the pucks, that is, easy for you to say, get picked up at the nets and the last-second strategy sessions are concluded, we will have puck drop for period 1 coming up in just a moment. Well, folks, as we get set here, time enough also to say Happy New Year to all those Midnight Sports viewers out there. We're so happy to have you join us here in 2025. And what we hope is a thrilling last 2.5 months of this 2024-2025 youth hockey season. All right, goals picked clean. And just a moment here, the strategy continues at the Sharks bench and the Stars bench. Stars in their home white jerseys here today. They'll be moving left to right on your television screen or radio dial if you're just listening in periods 1 and 3. Sharks in their road grays, blue helmets, ready to take on the Stars and try and get a little revenge for that Stars 5-2 victory out on the island earlier in the season. This is a Sharks team not to be taken lightly out here, as they've lost some close ones, which has led to their record, but they've almost all been very close. And so the Sharks have come to play today. Good to see Liam O'Connor back out there after a month off due to injury. Old number 9 at right wing, and we're off and running. And so it's the Stars trying to work that puck forward. Sammy Schulman able to work that into the offensive zone, rejected right out by the Sharks. And now the Stars will reset. Murphy on up, looking for Katra on the far side. Sharks storm on in. Murphy gets over to jam up the play. The Sharks will have to dump. Turning for it now is Coronati in the near corner. Coronati works it up to the near half, while O'Connor able to thread that up toward the point. It goes off a skate. And now it'll be Murphy skating it all the way up and out of the zone. Murphy, 30 seconds into this game, will dump into the offensive end. O'Connor will charge after it. Kotcher mans the low offensive slot. Sharks have the puck now. They'll turn it toward the slot. Look out, up to Murphy. Shoots just high and wide of the cage. Takes a hit for his trouble. And now it's O'Connor looking to keep the puck in the offensive end. Sharks will emerge with it, but not past Kotcher, who flicks it toward the slot. Another Shark over for support. Kotcher jams up the play in the neutral zone, and the Sharks will reset in their own end. 14 minutes even now to go in the first period. It's seen a couple of chances for both teams thus far, but no shots on goal just yet. Sharks all the way into the offensive zone, off the end boards, but it's Schaefer there to self-pass and skate on up and out of the zone. It's a 3-on-4. Schaefer's just going to dump in. He's got Bolonic and Adamick out there now as the Stars were able to make a change on the neutral zone transition play. Schaefer will skate over to the far corner. He tries to work it deeper into the zone and hits a stick, so he works it up to the point all the way across. Deflection play just wide by Adamick. Stars look to pick it up in the near corner. Briscoe out there, able to force his man into an early pass. Bolonic nearly alone in the slot. Instead, the Sharks clear it as far as Schaefer. Schaefer will dump back in. on a deflection, goes into a Sharks mitt. It's carried up and out of the zone. Now the odd man break in the other direction for the Sharks. Feathered in front, but getting back was Schaefer to work that over toward the corner. He takes a hit there. Sharks work it up to the far point. Look to settle the puck down. Briscoe first to it. Swipes it just a bit at that far half wall and then works it on up. And it will be O'Day on up for Adamick. Adamick collects that puck in the near corner, works it around to the far side. Stars were making a change, and so the Sharks pick it up in that far corner, but not past Pizarro, who cuts it out of the air and then feathers it farther. He takes a hit, but he's able to work it down to the end boards. Sharks collect. They work it up to the blue line on out. It's now the Sharks with a little bit of speed. They'll dump in, and out of his cage is Latito. Luke Latito getting the start here today, and he was able to settle that puck for the captain, Joseph Ramos. It's now Bergman on the puck. Tries to feather it farther for Ramos, and it comes off a skate, and now Bergman gets it back, trying to wheel and deal just past a man. Hits another skate. Pizarro gets it back, throws it toward Bergman. Gets a little handcuffed by the pass, and so now Gitman and Murphy get back to collect the puck. Murphy able to dump in once more. It's been all hockey here in the first 3 minutes. No whistles just yet as Bergman works it up to the near point. Murphy walks the line, shoots in, deflected to the far side of the ice. Gitman looks to retrieve. Sharks pump that up to the point, but not out. Ramos back in again. First shot on goal there, if you can believe it, given all the action near the goal mouth. It was from the point and kicked aside by the Sharks. Now it's a 3-on-1 for the Sharks in the other direction. They're in the slot. They shoot in. Latino able to use his helmet, and that puck thrown up into the ceiling, and we get our first stoppage in play. It'll be a defensive zone draw for the Stars after the Latino save off the face mask. And so shots one apiece out there. It will be, looks like Fauci on the left wing, Polyakov in the slot. That's won by the Sharks up to the far point. Belonik and Coronati will turn. Coronati works that up to the far half wall. Sharks swoop in, try and keep the zone. Belonik, though, on the zone exit over to Coronati. Coronati up for Polyakov. Polyakov now streaks into the offensive end. Puck rolls off his stick after a nice Sharks poke check, and that puck looked like it just had left the zone. Fauci tried to hold the zone there instead. It comes on out, and so 11:21 left to go here in the first. No whistles in the first 3 minutes and 2 in the last 20 seconds. And so if your team whistle, looks like you're on the comeback trail. In any event, it's Belonik on over for Polyakov. Back to Coronati. Coronati will let O'Day dump that on in, and now the Sharks will have to cycle around deep in their zone. It's Fauci on the puck, able to work it deeper. Sharks take over at the end board. Sharks try to work it past Fauci, unable to do so. Rolling puck toward Polyakov, then it hits the linesman's skates, and it'll be the Stars looking to get that back and deep in the zone. They do. They give chase on some puck hunting there, and so it'll be the Sharks throwing that on up and out of the defensive zone. Should be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. 10:52 left to go here in the first. It'll be a far side drop as the Stars look to get something going here in the offensive end. These teams still feeling each other out in the first 4 minutes and 8 seconds of the game. And so it's Schulman at the drop, wins that all the way over to Coronati in the slot, pumped in just wide of the cage. And it's now Kocher on the forecheck as the Sharks can't get around him. Kocher on the puck in that far corner. Tries to go skate to stick. Getting it back is O'Connor in the slot. Feathered it. Soft shot. Just kicked aside not once but twice by the Sharks. And so now it will be the Stars having to reset in the neutral zone. Coronati and O'Day play a little pitch and catch. Coronati can go for a change on his Schaefer in his stead. It's the Sharks working that puck up to the near half wall. All the way out of the zone come the Sharks, where O'Day picks it up at the blue line, leaves it for O'Connor. O'Connor up through the neutral zone. Sharks take over at their own blue line. They'll turn, survey their options. It was Kocher who was able to slow that puck down enough for Schaefer, and now Schaefer goes point to point for O'Day. O'Day back over toward Belonik, who's just come on the ice. He's going to throw that in once he gains the line. O'Connor gives chase, and the Sharks look to pick it up, but it's O'Connor on the wrister. Shot in, saved nicely by the Sharks. Comes up toward Briscoe, who fires that across. Still loose in front. Couple of Stars shots, and a wonderful save there by the Sharks. And so it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Nothing more after a couple of shots on goal from the home team. 9:48 left to go here in the opening frame, and it'll be Belonik at the dot. It's worked on up towards Schaefer, but just passed, And so here comes a rush in the other direction by the Sharks. Sharks all the way across. It was Schaefer, a wonderful play. Gets back to cut out the threat, and the Sharks reset in the neutral zone. It's Briscoe on the forecheck. Schaefer joins him as that bouncing puck eventually finds a Shark into the offensive zone. It's 1-on-4. Unfair odds there for the Sharks, who are just going to have to dump on in. It was Ramos and Schaefer who had done good work on the fore and back check. And so it's on over toward Schaefer, back to Ramos. Ramos will cycle back over toward Adamek now at the half wall, who's able to bat it off the boards up and out. Sharks collect in the neutral zone. They stalk right back into the offensive end. Shot in. Latito able to freeze that puck there. And so we'll get a stoppage in play with 9:04 left to go in the first. Shots 6-2 in the Stars' favor. Defensive zone draw upcoming for the team from Brooklyn. Well, it's Gitman, Bergman, and Bizarro as the forwards out there. Puck's dropped one by the Stars. They try to carry it out of the zone. Sharks intercept at the top of the circle. And trying to push that puck through momentum was Bergman. And he had a little help from Gitman. Bergman into the offensive zone now. Goes around a man, tries to go around two. It hits a skate, goes to the end boards. Bergman would try and pick it up at that half wall, but the Sharks unable to leave the zone at first because it was Coronati shoveling it farther. And now Coronati will have to turn at his own blue line to pick up the puck. He's got Murphy out there with him, and he's able to slide it on over on the backhand to the alternate captain. Murphy on up for Bergman. Bergman fires that forward. Gets it again. That puck doesn't enter the offensive zone. Stars would have been offside anyway, so Bergman back to retrieve to Coronati. Right back to Bergman. Bergman carries it across the logo. A couple of Sharks in the way. It's a 3-on-1 now for the Sharks. They shoot in and they score. Now, just like that, with 8:16 left to go in the first, it's a Sharks 1-0 lead here. A little bit against the run of play, but the Sharks able to pick up that puck in the neutral zone and turn it into a shot on goal that skimmed across the ice and nestled into the back of the net. So the Stars with a little bit of a hill to climb in the early going. And it'll be the Sharks taking that face-off win at the logo, but it's Fauci picking that puck up, carrying it into the offensive end, looks across, carries it all the way toward that far half well, and then O'Day settles the puck down, but it's tossed out by the Sharks. It's a mini break now. It's the Sharks all the way in. They try to go around. Latito had come all the way across, and then he shut down the follow-up shot, not once but twice, and we get a whistle as the net is off its moorings with 7:54 left to go in the first. A wonderful play there by Latito to get all the way across to the post, leaving no room for the breakaway shot on the backhand. And so the Stars living on the edge right now, down a goal, but looking to get this puck out of their own zone. Shot in off a linesman's skate there, and so the Stars to retrieve at the end boards. O'Day picks it up. 7:46 left to go in the first. He's able to bat it past a man for Belonik. Belonik on up for Polyakov. He's got Belonik in the slot if he can get it to him. Oh, couldn't get full purchase on that shot. Was Belonik, but the Stars able to keep the zone through Fauci. Down to Polyakov, back to Belonik. To Polyakov once more at the end boards. Thrown in front. Sharks there first. O'Day to pick up at the far point. O'Day walks the line, steps into one. Deflection saved by the Sharks. Schaefer throws one on net, still in front. Belonik able to retrieve, tries to feather it farther. It hits a Shark, and here come the Sharks in the other direction. 7:12 left to go in the first as the Sharks all the way into the offensive end. It's Latito, long reach, able to swipe that aside, and it's not going to show up as a shot on goal on the score sheet, but it was Latito who was able to cut out the threat by himself on that rolling puck. And now it'll be Schaefer to pick up all the way at the end boards and skate this up to the circles. He's going to find Belonik, who pushes the puck up to Fauci. Stars making a change. O'Connor on the ice. Fauci carries it deep into the zone. Fauci tight in all the way to the end boards, cycles it around, and the Sharks there first, but it's Ramos able to keep the zone. He steps into one. Deflection carried on goal by O'Connor, and another nice save by the Sharks with 6:36 left to go in the first period. Shots 8-4 right now. Stars really trying to tilt the ice in the last minute or two since the Sharks' goal. But so far, Sharks standing tall. It's a puck now that sits in the far corner of the offensive zone. Kotcher has it on his backhand, looking to throw it in front. Might just have to cycle it around. He does for Shulman near side. Shulman all the way toward the slot. One-timer doesn't connect for O'Connor. It was a good stick lift by the Sharks. And now the Sharks look to get that puck up and out of the zone. They'll try the near side of the ice. Coming on over to jam up the play was Shulman, and that rolling puck finds O'Connor for a moment. He'll dump it in just a bit deeper. O'Connor bodies his man there. Shulman on the forecheck takes a swipe at it. Rolling puck up to Murphy. Deflection carries it toward the goal. It's another nice leg save by the Sharks netminder. Thrown up to Murphy once more. He jams it into the zone toward Kotcher. Man all over Kotcher. Murphy gets it back. He walks the blue line, dances around one man, then two. All the way deep is Murphy. Throws it across into the slot. Shot it. Scored. Well, just like that, it's Kotcher in the slot from Murphy, able to tie this one up with 5:47 left to go in the first period. The Stars had tilted the ice enough to get that puck into the back of the net. Murphy for Kotcher at 5:47. Ensuing faceoff sees the Stars win that back to O'Day. And O'Day will work it on over for Coronati. Coronati back to O'Day as the Stars try to set something up from their own blue line all the way to the far side of the ice. It's the goal scorer carrying it in, flicking it all the way to the near corner of the offensive zone. O'Connor tries to dig it out from the half wall there. He does. Rolling puck. Nearly goes around a man, but it was a nice sliding defensive play there by the Sharks. So we'll try the far side of the ice in the sunlight by the old Zamboni. It was Kotcher coming all the way in, using the body to keep the zone. Puck rolls to O'Connor. O'Connor tries to feather it back to Kotcher. Nearly does, but it's O'Day all the way in. Fluttering puck goes just off his stick. O'Day able to keep the zone momentarily, but here come the Sharks once more. Kotcher gets back to cut out the threat. It's thrown all the way across, where the Stars can try and set up shop once more. Looked like that puck left the zone. No whistle for an offside, so onward we play. It's O'Day settling the puck down for Coronati. Coronati out there on the forehand. He's just going to cycle it back over to O'Day. And O'Day can work that puck up to O'Connor, near side of the ice. 4:40 left to go here in the first. It's O'Connor leaving it there for Coronati. Coronati all the way in. A good stick by the Sharks. Sees that puck roll wide on the Coronati shot. And now it's Briscoe on the forecheck, joined by Adamick near side. He's able to level a man, and we're going to get a call here as O'Day touches up. And so with 4:26 left to go in the first, we get our first special teams play of the day as Adamick will go to the box for roughing. So 2 minutes on the board for the Adamick rough and a defensive zone draw. Coming up here for the Stars, it'll be Fauci, Ramos, Murphy, and Gitman as the penalty killers. Sharks win the faceoff up to the top of the circle. They'll shoot that well wide. It's going to go off the curved wall and leave the zone. And so the Stars with a zone clearance. And so now it's the Sharks setting up once more at their own blue line. They'll cross the logo, try to throw that into the offensive zone. It's a good zone entry there by the Sharks, but an even better stick by the captain to cut out the shot from the mid-slot. Sharks able to fire that in off a stick. Bouncing puck is going to find Murphy, who's going to softly toss that up. We'll see if this bouncing puck is on net. It is, and so it'll be covered there by the Sharks, and it'll be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars on the kill for next 1 minute and 27 seconds. Still 3:52 left to go in the opening frame as this game poised on a knife's edge right now. Stars looking to kill off this penalty and get back to their scoring ways. This will be Shulman and Kotcher as the forwards. Schaefer and O'Day as the defenders. Up to Schaefer in the slot, fired in on a wrister. And it's a nice save by the Sharks. And so another draw coming up. Looks like far side of the ice. Still 1:23 left to go on the man advantage for the team from Long Island. Puck dropped again, won by the Stars. Schaefer steps into one once more. And we'll do it all over again. Just a couple of seconds off the board there. It's a nice set play by the Stars right now. Pumping shots on goal, hoping to catch the Sharks unawares. It's Shulman again at that far dot. Kotcher in the slot. Sharks backed out of the circle for a moment. Puck is dropped, this time won by the Sharks. And they'll look to set up a zone breakout on the man advantage. They do. Tape-to-tape pass connects all the way into the offensive zone. Come the Sharks, where they'll settle that puck in the far corner. Some puck support all the way in that far corner. They look to work it up to the point, but it's O'Day able to flutter that puck up and out. And so now it'll be the Sharks resetting in the neutral zone. Schulman on the forecheck, able to get his skates in the way and jam up any zone break-in. This puck's going to roll all the way to Schaefer in his own end. Schaefer on the puck, able to flick that up and out. Bouncing puck should settle here for no icing. We'll see. Now there goes the whistle. And so it will be a face-off in the Stars' end with 3:05 left to go in this first period. Still 40 seconds left to go on the man advantage. And it's Murphy, Ramos, looks like Bergman, and Pizarro out there as the penalty killers. Sharks fire that in, and it's Latito with a quick save, nearly handcuffed by that shot, but he was able to chop it out of the air. And with 3:01 left to go in the first, we'll do it all over again. Near circle, Pizarro at the dot. He chops that puck forward. Bergman able to use the body and the mitts to fire that into the neutral zone. And now it's Pizarro harassing his man, trying to get the puck off him. It sits at the logo, does the puck. The Sharks will gain the line, dump on in. Under 3 minutes left to play. Still 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Latito settles that bouncing puck down. And the Stars able to fire that all the way up and out. That puck saucers all the way to the end line, but icing was waived, and so the Sharks quickly get it out of the zone. Just 6 seconds left to go on the man advantage as Ramos fires that one into the offensive end, but just a bit offside with 2:30 left to go in this first period. 5 seconds left to go on what's felt like a very long power play for the Sharks, but it's just been all the whistles on it. And so it will be the Stars winning that faceoff, stalking in. O'Day, slapper, deflected wide. Sharks to collect at the end boards. They'll throw it on up to the far side. O'Day again steps into a wrister. That hits a body. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Coronati goes back to his own blue line, now all the way to the near circle to retrieve. He'll curl all the way behind his net. Work that up for Pizarro, who curls for the puck. Pizarro takes a hit to work it over to Bergman. Bergman now on a wrister. He goes around a man and then gets sandwiched. And so we're going to get a stoppage here. We'll see exactly what happens. Looks like maybe a slash call. And it might be the Sharks to the box for the first time here today. 1:58 left to go in this opening frame. And the Stars to the man advantage on the slashing call to the Sharks. Well, assuming no more paperwork or goals in this period, this will be a penalty that rides all the way to the end of the frame and then has a 2-second overlap into the second period. It's the Stars to the man advantage. Bolognic, power play unit number 1, wins that draw back to Murphy. He's got Bergman to his right. Murphy tries to fire that across, but it was a good Shark stick that deflects it up and out of the zone. So Bergman all the way back, gets the point-to-point pass from Murphy, tries to fire it across. It's the Sharks in the way. Wiping his man out was Bolognic, and now Pizarro can come the other way. Bergman's broken in to the far post. It was a pass that did not quite connect. Now the Sharks able to flutter that up and out. 1:32 left to go in this period, and Murphy all the way back behind his cage to try to set up a play. It's Murphy all the way into the neutral zone now. Skates forward, enters the offensive zone, stops, curls, and leaves the puck there, but it's sent out of the zone by the Sharks. The Stars will have to try again. It's Bergman on the puck. Fires it up to O'Day. O'Day carries it across the neutral zone where he'll find Bolognic. Bolognic into the offensive end. Pizarro in the low slot. Bolognic carries it deep toward the end board, cycles it over for Pizarro. Murphy's all alone at the point. He'll receive the pass. He walks the blue line there, fires it across for Bergman, just out of his reach. O'Day to clean it up and work it up to the near point. Murphy once again, all the way across this time. The Stars have it there. They fire it across to Bergman from Bolognic, trying to shoot in, and it was a good diving save by the Sharks defenders. Now to Pizarro in the slot. He shoots. He scores. Well, that's a Stars power play goal. It was Dominic Pizarro doing the damage from the mid-slot with 40 seconds left to go in the opening frame. All of a sudden, it's Stars 2, Sharks 1. Here from Abe Stark. Well, it was just a little bit of something out of nothing there for the Stars as the power play was not connecting early on in the 2-minute advantage. But the Stars able to gain some zone time and then fire from back to front and find Bizarro in the slot to shoot and score. Now it's Ramos able to keep the offensive zone, and a good keep it was because the Sharks would have been off to the races had the captain not gotten his skate in the way. Stars still able to keep the zone through Bolonik and Polyakov. Sharks will have to reset. Just 12 seconds left to go here in the opening period, where the Sharks look to set something up all the way into the neutral zone. It's now the Sharks into the offensive end. 4 seconds left to go. Schaefer just smartly works it around to the near side. There goes the buzzer for period one. After one, it's the New York Stars 2, the Long Island Sharks 1. Stick around. We're going to put 15 minutes on the board. Do it all over again in a moment. Here from Abe Stark. This is Midnight Sports.
Streets are empty, echoes howl, daylight breaks in shattered crowd. Engine roars like beast on fire, chasing dreams on broken wire. Pedal down, the rush is real, heartbeats sync with spinning wheel. Lights flash by in blurry street, highway signs too fast to peep. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Hands grip tight the steering wheel, stealing nerves against the field. Rolling hills and sharp descents, never stop a soul hell-bent. Radio blares adrenaline, fingers tap on skin and tin. Horizon looms but never near, push the limits, lose the fear. Running on fumes, can't slow down, foot to the floor through this town.
All right, there goes the buzzer for intermission. So a reminder, you're watching Midnight Sports. We've still got 30 more minutes of youth hockey here early on a Sunday morning. And a cold January 2025. Ready to roll for you here from the boardwalk. It's the Stars 2, the Sharks 1. And it's a face-off won there by the Stars. They'll thread it up into the offensive zone, but without possession. The Sharks able to work that through the neutral zone all the way back to commentator numero uno for Midnight Sports, Braden Murphy. Works that deep into the offensive zone. Now it's the Stars working it deeper. It's Fauci on the puck. Throws it in front. Bouncing puck into the blue paint. Covered up nicely by the Sharks. Just 23 seconds into this second period. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Fauci, Bolonik, Polyakov, Coronati, and Murphy as the 5 skaters in white. Puck dropped at the dot, comes up to top of the circle. Fauci fires an eephus pitch just over the glove of the netminder. Looks like we might get a penalty call here. 2 minutes for tripping. Fauci able to buy a penalty into the offensive zone. And so the Sharks to the box with 14:30 left to go in this middle frame. Stars 1 for 1 on the power play here today. And we'll see if power play unit number 1 can strike again. It's O'Day in the slot. Bolonik to take the drop. Bizarro at the half wall. Murphy and Bergman round out the players at the blue line. And just a little equipment issue there for the Sharks netminder. And puck's dropped. And so it's the Stars working it back to the blue line. Didn't look like the Sharks netminder was ready. He is now. Murphy fires in off a body in front. O'Day tries to settle it down. Had his stick tied up. And now the puck rolls over to Bolonik, who works it up toward Murphy. Gets the return pass. Bolonik on the puck. Soft shot in. Kicked aside nicely by the Sharks netminder. Bergman fires it over to Murphy. Murphy steps into one. Shot in and frozen very nicely by the Sharks netminder. And so with 14:01 left to go here in the second, still 1:31 left to go on the man advantage as the players come together for just a moment. And finally, the officials come on in to separate them. Still some conversation between all the players, but they will separate. And no harm, no foul out there, as we'll get a face-off near side of the ice in the offensive end for the Stars. Stars win that forward. They look to collect through Bizarro. They do. Bizarro, no-look backhand pass from Bologna to Murphy. And now it's Murphy across for Bergman, who fires in. Deflection carries it just wide. Bizarro to pick up at the end boards. Look to skate around a man. And Bizarro able to fire that up to Bergman once more. Bergman at the far point. He's going to throw a soft one in, looking for a deflection. Still loose in front. Puck sits in the blue paint. It's swiped farther under some pads. And now we get some after action, but it was a nice save by the Sharks netminder as this game gets just a little bit chippier with the Stars on the power play trying to tilt that ice once more. Shots 20-5 right now. Representative of the Stars' 2 power plays for the most part. And so it's Bologna, O'Day, Bizarro, Murphy, and Bergman staying out there 55 seconds into this man advantage. Bizarro at the far dot. Sharks backed out just onto their sides of the hashes. And now it's the Stars trying to take that puck back to the point. There's a Stars man who's trying to dig the puck off a Sharks man who's on the ice, sitting on the puck, happy to kill some of this power play as the Sharks able to feather that up and out of the zone. So back forward is Murphy with a man on him, throws it right across the blue line. And it was Bergman working it for Murphy. Now Bologna, near side of the ice. Bologna all the way across. He's going to find Bizarro, who settles that puck down on the wrister. Fired across, shot, and scored. Well, it looks like it's going to be Bizarro who's going to get the tally on the score sheet. It was a backhander that went in off the pads of the Sharks netminder, and just like that, what was once a 1-goal advantage gets doubled for the home team. Another power play goal for the Stars. It's all of a sudden Stars 3, Sharks 1. Ensuing faceoff sees Briscoe carry it forward toward the offensive zone. He'll dump on in. He takes a shoulder there, and the puck racked out of the zone by the Sharks. Ramos back for it with Coronati. Ramos settles the puck down, skates it zone wide in his own defensive end, and now it's the Sharks trying to dump on in. Coronati back to retrieve the Gitman pass. Coronati up toward Ramos, just out of his reach, but into the neutral zone, and now Briscoe picks off a pass. Briscoe into the offensive zone. He's got Gitman crashing the net. Shot deflected wide. And so Coronati able to keep the zone, at least momentarily, and then twice. And what a good zone keep it was by Sam Coronati, as again, the Sharks would have been off to the races. Looks to be a bit of an offensive plan for the Sharks to keep 2 forwards high and leave the zone as soon as that puck gets contested possession, so they can get an odd man break in the other direction. In any event, it's now the Stars battling for it at the end boards. Gitman able to body his man there, pick up that puck. He cycles it deeper, takes a hit for his trouble as the Stars try to keep that puck in the offensive end. It's Gitman and Adamick just doing work at the end boards now, able to retrieve the puck. They feather it toward the slot. Adamick tries to slap it farther, just too many Sharks in the way, but coming across was Ramos to upend his man, and now it's Coronati, gets a second bite at that apple toward Adamick. Adamick able to dump that puck in and level man on the far side of the ice, and so now the Stars try to keep the zone. That puck sits in the slot, mid-slot, high slot now for the Sharks as they couldn't quite get the puck out of the zone. Ramos retrieving. Ramos on the wrister, shoots in, a wonderful save. Off the netting it goes from the Sharks man, and so it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. It's now Adamick mixing it up with a few Sharks there as he skates toward the bench. And the temperature of this game just keeps going up as some of the Sharks fans have a word from the bench and stands area toward the ice. Unclear whether they're yelling toward their own players or the Stars players. It all kind of sounds the same as folks get more and more passionate about this game. And it's now the Sharks winning that faceoff, working it all the way to the near side of the ice. And an oldie but a goodie, the old Paul Berliner anger meter, the Guro meter, put up on the screen so that you can follow the temperature of the stands at Abe Stark. Hat tip to our production booth for getting that graphic up so quickly. It's now Schulman carrying that puck across the line, dumping on in. And Kocher will give chase in the near corner. Takes a body there. Kocher able to stay on his skates, work the puck just a bit deeper. It's Kocher near half wall. Thinks about throwing it toward the point. And he's going to settle that puck for O'Day. O'Day near circle. Stalks in. He's pushed just wide. Leaves it for Schulman. Schulman all the way across into the slot looking for O'Connor. Bouncing puck. Finds a Shark. It was good defensive work there by the Sharks to cut out the threat. They'll pump that up to the offensive blue line, but no farther just yet. Sharks try to dump that puck in. They do on the second try. Out of his cage is Latito, who leaves it for O'Day. O'Day on over toward Schaefer. Schaefer's got O'Connor in front of him. He's going to work it all the way to Kocher near side. 10-11 left to go here in the second. Kocher will dump in. Stars can get a change. Schaefer on over toward the puck in the corner. It's O'Connor picking it up. He throws it up toward Fauci, who shoots in. That puck is kicked aside and sticked aside by the Sharks netminder, and now it'll be O'Connor leaving that puck for Bologna. Gets racked off a couple of sticks, but it's Schaefer cutting out the threat, and it's sent on down toward Bologna. Bologna carries it deeper into the zone while the Stars complete their change. Sharks able to work that puck up to the Stars bench, but no farther as Ramos lays a hit just in front of his bench. Comes out in front, kick save, and a beaut by the Sharks netminder. Oh boy, that could have been a 3-goal game in a hurry. Instead, it was the Sharks netminder who was able to throw the right leg pad down and cut out the scoring chance by the Stars. And so 9:35 left to go here in the second. And it was a 5-bell save by the man in gray. It's a defensive zone draw for the Sharks. Sharks win that one. It's Fauci pouring in on the forechecks. Sharks able to feather that up and out of the zone. Back to retrieve is Murphy. He's got Ramos out there with him. The defensive leadership group there on the ice for the Stars. As Polyakov tries to carry it farther. Sharks come the other way, but only so far as Ramos, and now Polyakov able to dump in. It's Ramos and Fauci first on this puck in the corner. They get bodied there by the Sharks, though. And so now it's the Sharks trying the other side of the zone. Bologna had come all the way in to swipe that puck farther. Fauci with the stick lift. Sharks will try the near side of the ice once more. They're able to skate that up and out, but it was Polyakov who had gotten back on the back check to cut out the pass, gains the line, dumps in again. 8:50 left to go here in the second. It'll be the Sharks trying to work this puck up and out. Only so far as Coronati. Slapper just wide. He was looking for the Polyakov deflection. That puck ended up rolling just wide. Stars dumped that on in, but they're just a bit offside. And so with 8:38 left to go here in the second, it'll be a neutral zone drop. Stars trying to pour it on up two, but the shot count is 24-5 right now. So certainly if you're a Stars fan, you'd like a little more breathing room because this Sharks team is potent on the counter. It will be the Sharks carrying that puck into their own end, taking a hit there. We're going to get a call against the Stars as that puck goes for an icing. And it's going to be a hooking call against the Stars. We'll see which number is going to the box with 8:27 left to go. Looks like it'll be Bergman to the sin bin here, 2 for hooking. And so the Sharks with a chance to strike back, try and cut this lead to 1. It should be a face-off outside the Stars zone, in the neutral zone, you would think, because of the icing. And so just an explanation here at the Sharks bench. The Sharks had iced the puck on the delayed penalty. Normally you would see a defensive zone draw for the team that took the penalty. But because of the icing, this one's going to come into the neutral zone. And so with 8:27 left to go, Sharks up a man for the next 2 minutes. It's Coronati taking the faceoff win over to O'Day, who dumps on in. And on the forecheck is Gitman. Sharks able to work the puck up near side. They try to throw it farther, but retrieving it was Coronati. He's going to skate it all the way back into his end to kill some of this penalty. Coronati on over for O'Day, who goes skate to stick, gets it up and out of the zone. Sharks will dump in once more. It's now Coronati to retrieve at the end boards. Takes a hit, but he's able to work that up off the dasher. Sharks keep the zone. Sharks all the way to the high slot. They'll dump in to the near side. Sharks work that puck just a bit deeper into the near corner. Coronati long reach, jams up the pass at first. Sharks still possess. It's the Sharks at the top of the slot, all the way over to the far side. Shot in, hits a body in front, comes back to a Sharks man, shot wide. It was a good screen in front. Puck goes just wide on the shot, and now Coronati able to work it toward O'Day. O'Day off the glass all the way out of the zone, looking for the geometric non-icing, but instead that one's going to cross the end line. And so with 7:27 left to go in the second, we're halfway through this game. Still another minute left to go on the man advantage for the Sharks. And an offensive zone draw coming up for the road team on the near side of the ice. This will be Kocher, Ramos, Murphy, and it looks like Adamick as the four skaters. One by the Stars toward the slot, feathered up to the blue line, not out just yet. It's Kocher all over the puck. He's got two Sharks draped on him, but Kocher able to turn from the wall and get away from a third Shark. Work it to Adamick, who feathers that deeper into the zone. Off the end boards, out in front, looking for a Joe Louis Arena bounce. Were the Stars. Ramos retrieves at the point, sends it on over to Murphy, fires that in. Screen shot on the penalty kill by the Stars, saved nicely by the Sharks. Now dumped in once more by Ramos. Adamick gets in the way of his man at first, and the Sharks will get this puck up and out of the zone. Still 23 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Sharks, but it is Ramos and Kocher combining to get possession of the puck behind their own cage. They work it over to Murphy. It was Kocher on the pass to Murphy. Murphy flicks that on up and out. This one's going to roll just a bit wide for an icing. And so with 6:34 left to go here in the second, 7 seconds left to go on the man advantage, it will be an offensive zone drop for the Sharks. Now it's O'Day, Kocher, Adamick, and Schaefer as the penalty killers out there for the Stars. And they've got another 7 seconds down a man to try and go 2 for 2 on the penalty kill here today. Shot in, Latito with a nice face mask save once again. He was tight against that post. And now we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Schaefer able to jam the puck over against the far corner. Sharks emerge with it momentarily. Bolognic in for support, and the puck comes out in front, but O'Day able to send it wide. Shot in once more. Latito blockers that aside, and now it's Schaefer pumping that up and out. The Sharks will have to track back to retrieve. 6 minutes even left to go here in the second period. O'Day collects that loose puck, sends it over toward Schaefer. Schaefer will turn for it, cycles the puck deeper for O'Day. O'Day on the forehand, looks to sauce it up to Kocher. He does. Kocher now on the breakout, across for Adamick in front of the advertising boards. It's the Sharks to retrieve back in their own end, behind their net. Sharks pick up that puck. They work it off the near half wall, but O'Day able to keep the zone. Puck comes off a stanchion out to a Shark, and now it's the home run pass connecting for the Sharks. It's a mini break. They shoot in. Latito with the save, and just like that, we get a stoppage in play with 5:28 left to go in the second. It was a mini break for the Sharks. Getting back was Schaefer to force his man into a shot, and Latito stood tall, keeping this a 3-1 hockey game. Well, this will be Fauci out there at left wing. Looks like Bolognic to take the drop. It's feathered up to that near half wall. The Sharks able to skate it just a bit deeper. They throw it all the way across. Murphy is able to body his man off the puck, and now Briscoe retrieves. Briscoe with speed through the neutral zone, skates it all the way toward the offensive end, but it had come just across the blue line a moment too soon for the Stars. And so with 5:14 left to go in the second, home team just a bit offside. It'll be a face-off outside the Shark zone. Fauci, Bolognic, Briscoe, Coronati, and Murphy as the 5 skaters out there. Well, it's Bolognic winning that forward, but without possession. Briscoe all over his man. The Sharks will try the near side of the ice as we tick toward 5 minutes left to play. Latito way out of his cage, try and settle that puck down, and Murphy had gotten back to cut out the threat. Now it's Fauci on an odd man break. He's got Briscoe waiting in front of the net, but it was good stick work by the Sharks. And now Bolognic able to keep the zone. Intercepts the pass, does Bolognic. Tries to feather it across. It hits a skate. Coronati back to retrieve. Coronati at his own blue line, works it up toward Briscoe, who settles that puck at the advertising boards, able to kick it into the offensive zone where the Sharks will send it right back out. Picking the puck up once more is Coronati. He sends it all the way across for Murphy. Return pass for Coronati. He skates it across his blue line. Leaves it for Bolognic. Bolognic all the way into the offensive end. Bolognic across the slot. Screen shot comes in. It's gloved aside by the Sharks. Kocher carries it over to that far corner. He's got a man on him there. nearly upended, but turning are the Stars. Bolognic able to work that up toward Kocher with a little help from O'Connor. Up to that far point, fired in, and standing up was the Sharks netminder, and so it's another nice save by the Long Island Sharks with 4:05 left to go in this second period. Shots now 27-8 in the home team's favor. But the Sharks with some grade A scoring chances in this game, so don't let the shot count fool you. This will be Schulman at the far dot. He's got Kocher in the slot. Looks like O'Connor far side, who takes that face-off win, carries it farther. Sharks look to get this puck up and out. It's thrown up to the far point where Schaefer able to dump it in deep, and O'Connor gives chase. Rolling puck just under the stick of Schulman, now batted deeper by the Stars. Sharks to retrieve near half wall, but it's O'Connor all over his man there. Bouncing puck across the blue line, and the Sharks nearly in business, but it's Ramos able to cut out the pass on the back, and he takes a hit there. He's able to dump it on in. He keeps his skates, but it looks like it's an offside call against the Stars, and so with 3:36 left to go here in the second, it's going to be a face-off far side of the ice. This will be Schulman at the dot. Clean win back to Schaefer, who steps into one at the red line, able to dump on in, and now giving chase is O'Connor. Schaefer pinches in to keep the zone, comes to O'Connor, throws it across the slot. Sharks able to throw that up to the top of the slot on out. It's a 2-on-2 for the Sharks. Sharks fire in. It was a shot block there, then shot in and scored. Well, it was Ramos with the initial shot block, and the puck ended up bouncing to a Shark stick, and so just like that, with 3:17 left to go in this second period, we've got ourselves a hockey game on our hands. It's the Stars 3, the Sharks 2. And a whole lot left to play for here from the boardwalk in this new year. And it looks like it'll be Polyakov and Fauci as the wingers. Bologna clean win back to Coronati. Coronati to O'Day, and they'll play some pitch and catch in their own zone until the diagonal pass connects. Coronati gains the line, dumps on in. Bologna gives chase near side on the forecheck, bodies his man there. Expect the heavy hitting to pick up or continue, depending on your perspective of this game. It's now Fauci and Bologna on the forecheck. Polyakov pinches in, and the puck rolls up to Coronati. Fires it just wide of the cage, looking for a deflection in front. O'Day had pinched in. That puck comes all the way up and out of the zone. Sharks first to it in the offensive end, but Coronati came all the way across to cut out the threat. Fired well wide of the cage. It looks like it was a pass. Sharks bat it wide of the cage now, where O'Day will pick it up. O'Day skates that up to the blue line, gets the return pass from himself, and he's able to carry that into the offensive end where the Sharks take over. Sharks at their own blue line. They try to get it up past the Stars, but it's an offside by the Stars with 2:20 left to go here in the second period. It's a 3-2 hockey game from the boardwalk. Don't go anywhere, as there's still 17 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this one. And the Sharks will retrieve the puck here from the offensive zone for the drop, as it looked like there might have been just a little bit of conversation between the teams and the officials as to why the puck ended up in the Stars' end when it's going to be a neutral zone drop. It'll be Gitman at the dot. Pizarro to his left, Bergman to his right. Sharks will pour forward with this puck into the offensive end. Come the Sharks. They fire it all the way across. Murphy to try and pick it up there in the corner. Sharks carry it just a bit deeper. Gitman able to fire it up toward Bergman. And it's Bergman batting that puck up to the blue line. Not out just yet, but it's Murphy. Fires on the puck. Tries to work it over toward a streaking Bergman. It hits a Shark, and it pinballs around the neutral zone for just a moment. Now the Sharks will have to pick it up in their own end. 1:53 left to go in this second period as Gitman and Bergman in on the forecheck. Pizarro lurks in the low slot. It's the Stars picking that puck up. Pizarro calls for it in the mid slot. He's got a man on him, so it comes up to Murphy. Back down to Gitman. Gitman on the puck, looking for that slot pass. Instead, he's going to find Ramos as that puck is sent into the zone. The Sharks fans wanted that to be called offside, but instead the Sharks gain center ice. They're able to dump it on in, and so Ramos turns to pick it up on the backhand. Off the boards it goes for Gitman. Gitman goes around a man, nearly two. The Sharks, though, come right back the other way, and they'll flick that into the offensive end, where it'll be Murphy to try and retrieve. Sharks cycle that puck all the way around far side. 70 seconds left to play here in the second. Thrown in front, but it was Bergman there first. And so Bergman able to send that puck up and out. That will be an offside on the Stars by a whisker. And so with 1 minute even left to go here in the second, it's going to be a face-off in the neutral zone for the Stars. Looks like it's going to come just outside the Stars zone, as that's where that pass originated from. And so it'll be Bolognic, Briscoe, Adamick as the forwards. Looks like O'Day and Coronati as the defenders. Bolognic wins that back to Coronati. Coronati settles the puck down. He'll twist and curl with it. Instead of going point to point, he was able to buy himself some time and space there. Well done by Sam Coronati as that puck's dumped into the offensive end. It's Briscoe trying to jam up his man in the corner. He does exactly that. Adamick fires on the puck. Sharks will try to turn up the strong side. Now they have it back in that far corner. Do the Sharks. 35 seconds left to go in this second period. Sharks possess on that far half wall. They'll skate it up and out. It's a 2-on-2 developing, but we're going to get a call, looks like against Coronati, for interference. And so the Stars will be going to the box here with 27.6 left to play in the second. Looks like it'll be Coronati for interference. And the Stars down a man for 2 minutes. Up a goal late on in the second. Penalty killing unit over the boards, 2 for 2 on the day. Kocher, O'Day, Adamick, and Schaefer as the 4 skaters in the home white sweaters. It's Kocher at the dot. He's able to clear that to the near corner where O'Day looks to pick it up. Sharks all over him there. Sharks carry that puck all the way to the end board. Schaefer bodies a man there. Sharks pick it up with some puck support. Sharks out in front. Look out. They shoot just high of the cage. They had curled into that low slot. And the shot just a little bit wanting. O'Day bodies a man near half wall. Bouncing puck is going to come up. The Sharks have it. They shoot just wide of the cage. And that'll do it for the second period. And so after 2, it's the Stars 3, the Sharks 2. Still 1:32 left to go on the man advantage for the visitors. Stick around. We're going to put 15 minutes on the board. Do it all over again one last time from the boardwalk. This is Midnight Sports. All right, we're just crazy enough to do it, and we did it. 15 on the board. Stars up a goal, down a man for another 1:32 entering this final frame here from the boardwalk. Stars looking to snap a skid into this new year, and it's Schulman at the dot. Clean win on the penalty kill. Stars able to bat that forward, and the Sharks take over in their own end. We're off and running here in the third period. It's Ramos tracking back for the puck and sending it up off the glass. Looked like that one just came out of the zone for an offside call. And so, with 14:45 left to go in this third period, 1:18 left to go on the man advantage for the Sharks, we've got a neutral zone drop. It's the Stars trying to win that forward. It ends up rolling back to Murphy. And Murphy able to fire that off a helmet. Puck sits in the slot. Schulman cleans it up, and this one's going to go all the way down for an icing. At 14:32 left to go in the third period. Offensive zone draw coming up for the visitors right here on Midnight Sports. Now it'll be a far circle drop, 1:05 left to go on the man advantage for the Sharks after the interference call against the Stars. It's the Sharks retrieving that puck. Gets caught in the official skates, but the Sharks get it back. They work it up to the blue line. Fired in. Latito with a nice save. That puck thrown all the way up and out. We'll see if it rolls for an icing. It does. And so with 14-16 left to go in the third, we'll do it all over again. From the Stars zone, still 49 seconds left to go on the man advantage. This will be Gitman, Bizarro, O'Day, and Schaefer as the four skaters in white. Gitman to take the drop. And now it's the Sharks having that puck leave the zone, and so they'll have to track back to the neutral zone off the face-off to pick it on up. They'll skate it into the offensive end. They fire that in on Latito, and he's able to make the glove save. 36 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Sharks. 14:03 left to go here in the third period. Puck's dropped, one forward by the Sharks, but without possession. O'Day cycles it over toward Schaefer. Schaefer picks it up on the forehand, gets it up and out of the defensive zone. Still 27 seconds left to go on the Sharks power play. They'll work it through the neutral zone into the offensive end. They stop at the blue line. Curl, look out. There's a trailer in the slot. Sharks fire in just wide of the cage. Latito had come out to cut down the angle, and now it's the Stars with 10 seconds left to go until it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. Bizarro bodies a man at the logo. Sharks take over at their own blue line, but it's Bizarro getting the puck back in the slot nearly all alone. Shoots in, kicked out by the Sharks. It was Bizarro who was nearly home. Now Bergman intercepts a pass, streaks into the offensive end, tries to go around a man. It was good defensive work there by the Sharks. 13-15 left to go in this game. 5-on-5 hockey. Schaefer hits the post. Oh, baby. Schaefer nearly in on the slapper, but now it's the Sharks trying to come back the other way. Getting back is the shooter, Thomas Schaefer, to cut out the threat. And now it's O'Day picking that puck up, looking for Bizarro, who shovels it into the offensive end so the Stars can make a change without icing the puck. Sharks pick it up near side of the ice. Picking that pass off is Bolonic in the neutral zone. He's going to slap it farther where the Sharks take over in their own end. It's Bergman trying to fire that puck deep. It hits a couple of bodies. Polyakov muscles it forward, and now it's Murphy dumping that puck on in. Turning is Bergman. He's able to shoulder. Bergman is a man right to the side of the cage. Tries to fire it up to the point. Ice Monster gobbles it up, but it's O'Day settling the puck down, stalking in just a bit. Still O'Day on the puck. Tries to shovel it all the way across. He was looking for Bolonic. Instead, it's the Sharks getting the puck up and out of the zone. 12-15 left to go in this game as Murphy settles the puck down, works it over toward Bergman in his own end. Bergman carries it across the neutral zone, gains the line, dumps in. This one's on net. It's going to be covered up by the Sharks man, and it's Bergman who is able to stalk in. He gets upended into the Sharks netminder. The Sharks fans don't love it, but all the players are going to skate away, and we just get a stoppage in play. Doesn't look like any paperwork's going to be coming from it. 12:05 left to play here in the third period. And this will be Bolonic, Adamic, Polyakov, Murphy, and Coronati as the five skaters for the Stars. Puck's dropped, one by the Stars. Adamic back to Murphy. Murphy walks the line, able to bat it deeper for Adamic, who now gives chase. It's Adamic able to swipe it over to Polyakov. Polyakov tries to hold it there in the corner. Sharks look to emerge with it. Getting all the way across, though, were the Stars through Bolonic. They'll dump it in for Adamic once more. Adamic bodies a man there at the end boards. No arm raised. Onward we play. It's Murphy firing in. Deflection carried just wide. Adamic got a stick on that one, and it looked like it went just wide of the cage. It's Bolonic settling that pass down, carrying it, and then leaving it for Coronati. Coronati looks to bat it past a man at the blue line. Sharks emerge with it. It's a 2-on-2 in the other direction. It's the Sharks into the offensive end. Long reach of Braden Murphy, able to separate his man from the puck, and now it's a 2-on-2 in the other direction. Adamic's just going to fire that one in. It'll be covered there by the Sharks, and so we'll get a stoppage in play with 11-14 left to go here in the third. It's an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars. Well, folks, don't forget to tune in next weekend, late on Saturday night. It's the Stars back in action against the New Jersey Devils in an exhibition matchup. If you can't make it down to the barn, we'll have all the coverage for you here on Midnight Sports. And it's now the Stars through Ramos, dumping that puck in. It rolls out in front. It's covered up by the Sharks. And so, another face-off, far side of the ice, 11:05 left to go here in the third period. This will be Sammy Schulman at the dot. O'Connor awaits in the slot. And it's Schaefer and Ramos back as the defenders. Kotcher on the far side. Kotcher able to settle that puck down. Tries to dump it in deeper. Sharks intercept. They'll dump it all the way down. Looks like we might just have an icing. We do. 10:54 left to go in this third period. Another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars. And it's just going to take one moment of brilliance in either direction, it looks like, to change the course of this game. This will be Schulman at the dot. Puck's dropped. Schulman wins it over toward the half wall, but the Sharks take over. It's the Sharks at their own blue line, trying to pass up into the offensive zone. They do. Ramos back first on the forehand. Flicks it up off the glass, I should say. Bouncing puck up to the blue line, not out. In the eyes of the official, Schaefer takes a hit to work that puck up to the half wall. That's shoveled farther by the Sharks, high off the glass. And now Ramos looks to stand up a man far side of the ice. Works it up to Kotcher. Kotcher settles the puck, gets it up and out of the zone, and now flicks it forward. It's Kotcher all the way into the offensive end. He's got O'Connor toward the slot. Kotcher goes alone, then throws it over for O'Connor, who got handcuffed. And so this will be Kotcher trying to pick it up off the end boards as O'Connor regains his skates. Schulman now for puck support, throws it up toward Kotcher. Sharks able to retrieve side of the net. They work it to the far side of the ice, and then on the zone breakout, they flick it up to the blue line on out of the zone. Kotcher settles it there in the neutral zone, tries to turn with it. A lot of Sharks in the way in front of the advertising boards, but it's Kotcher strong on the puck, works it on over. Now skating on in is O'Connor. O'Connor on the puck, throws it across. It's kicked aside by the Sharks netminder in what turned out to be a shot. It was an in-tight pass, and the Sharks dealt with it well. Now the Sharks all the way into the offensive end. They try to swipe it farther. Getting back was Liam O'Connor, and the Stars have missed him as he was lethal on the back check there, taking the puck off his man. Sharks are going to have to retrieve in the near corner. Going to fire that puck on up. It connects into the neutral zone come the Sharks, but that one's going to roll for an icing. And so with 9:20 left to go in the third, this will be a face-off all the way in the Sharks zone. And the Stars able to make a change here. It'll be Coronati, Bizarro, O'Day, Bergman, and Gitman on the ice for the home team. It's Gitman to take the drop. Bizarro awaits top of the circle. Sharks able to win that to the corner, but Gitman works it just a bit deeper for Bizarro, who cycles it right back down to Gitman. Gitman leaves it for Bizarro once more. Bizarro curls with the puck, comes out toward the top of the near circle, fires it all the way across for Bergman. Bergman on the puck now. He's going to stalk in from the point. He's from the dot, I should say. He's shooting, and it's frozen there by the Sharks netminder. 9:01 left to go here in the third. It's going to be a face-off on the far side of the offensive zone for the Stars. Gitman and Bizarro await this drop. Gitman at the dot, ties up his man. Bizarro had tried to creep in to keep that puck in the zone. Instead, the Sharks come in the other direction. It's the Sharks all the way into the offensive end. Shooting in, Latito with a nice save. And so it'll be a Sharks offensive zone draw, but nothing more here in the third period with 8:50 left to go in this one. Looks to be the same five skaters on the ice there for the Stars. That puck chopped up to the top of the slot. Sharks carry it wide and then shoot it wide, where Coronati takes one in the back. It's going to be a penalty here, and now the Stars are going to get involved as we get a quick whistle. And the players get separated with 8:38 left to go in this third period. We'll see who's going to go to the box. Certainly a Sharks player, but we'll see if they take one from both after the teams needed to be separated all the way down in the Stars zone. It's a roughing call on the Sharks. Looks like that's all that's coming. Nearly halfway through this third period. Stars with a 1-goal lead, now up a man for the next 2 minutes. So this is Bolognic at the dot. He's got O'Day to his right, Pizarro to his left. Stars power play has done very well today. 2 power play goals already. They'll look to add a third, trying to increase their lead here. It's now Bolognic all the way across for Bergman. Bergman will fire on in. The Sharks want an offside call there. They're not going to get it as it's O'Day stepping into a man, but the Sharks emerge with it. Sharks on the puck. They'll carry it all the way through the neutral zone, and then they get hit into the Stars bench there. It was 2 Stars combining to lay the hit. Bolognic retrieves the pass at the offensive blue line, stalks into the offensive end, looks for a trailer in O'Day, and the Sharks able to pick up that puck, but only so far as Bergman. Bergman cycles it in just a bit deeper. 1:14 left to go on the man advantage. 7:51 left to go in this game as Schulman and O'Day try to dig that puck off the end boards. It's a bouncing puck that's going to find Bolognic. Bolognic on up for Murphy. Murphy's got Bergman near side, finds him, goes off a skate, and tucked in deeper to the offensive end. It's O'Day on the puck, gets bodied there, cycles it deeper. A little more of a conservative power play here from the Stars, up a goal halfway through this third period. They don't want to give up odd man rushes in the other direction, and so it's Murphy and Bergman combining to take the puck in their own end. It'll be Murphy skating that on up and out. Murphy with some speed into the offensive end, carries it a bit deeper, bumped off the puck, but he did his job getting that puck deep into the offensive end. Murphy right back on the forecheck, and it's the Sharks looking to emerge with it. They dance around 1 Star, but not 2, as they'll pass up to the blue line. It's the Sharks in tight. They shoot just high of the cage, and now Murphy tries to slap that puck up to O'Day. 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage, as it's O'Day carrying it into the offensive end, leaves it for Bolognic. Bolognic in the slot, back to O'Day. O'Day in tight, tries to softly saucer up over the shoulder of the Sharks netminder. Unable to do so, though, as the puck went high of the cage. Coronati carries it in deep. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here, as O'Day will body a man in the corner. It's Ramos and Kocher who've gotten back to man the blue line. Sharks look to emerge with it. The breakout's on for the Sharks, only to their own blue line, as the Stars will pick it up in the neutral zone. It's Coronati settling it down. On up toward Ramos. Ramos skates over the puck there right at the blue line, and so we get a stoppage in play with 6:19 left to go here in the third. Catch your breath, everybody. Still a 1-goal hockey game after all the special teams play. It's Gitman, Adamick, Briscoe, Ramos, and Coronati out there as the 5 skaters in white. Puck's dropped. 1 back to Coronati, who dumps it in on the proper side of center ice. Sharks try to get that puck up and out of the zone. They only get so far as Briscoe leaves it there toward Gitman, and the Sharks do get it across the blue line, so Coronati back to retrieve. Goes point to point for Ramos. Ramos off Adamick's stick into the offensive end. It was a good touch up there by Trevor Adamick, as the Stars looking to control this game in the offensive end. Adamick will turn. He gets upended there. We're going to get a call against the Sharks. Sharks fans aren't going to like it, but it was Adamick who was tripped up with 5:48 left to go here in the third. The Sharks bench doesn't like it one bit, asking for it right now, as the Sharks bench with a couple of words for the Stars players. But the 2 minutes goes on the board anyway. It seemed like no lip reader from up here, but the Sharks bench thought that the penalty was sold a little more than it should have been. In any event, it's the Stars on the power play. It was Coronati for Ramos. Ramos shoots in. Deflection carried on net. Saved nicely by the Sharks there with 5:39 left to go here in the third. Still 1:50 left to go on the man advantage. And it must be said, the Sharks netminder very well in this game. Shots 33-12 right now in the Stars' favor. And the Sharks right there in this one. Is that bouncing puck up to the far point, settled by Coronati. Coronati surveys his options, works it down to that far half wall, where Gitman carries it just a bit deeper. Shulman on the puck, cycles it toward Gitman. Gitman carries it deeper into the zone. It's the Sharks trying to keep everything to the outside right now. Got to figure the strategy is to kill off this penalty if they can, and then put everything they can into tying this one up. It's a big hit at the blue line. Looked like it was incidental contact, though, and so it's Coronati carrying it forward into the offensive zone. Stops in the near corner, then works it all the way over for Gitman. It's the Sharks, though, swiping it farther. Onto the ice is O'Day to cut out the threat. Bodies his man there. Shulman delays, throws that toward the corner as Ramos on the forecheck gets a stick in the way. Leaves it for O'Day. O'Day stalks in, shoots. He's stoned by the Sharks netminder. He'll pick up that rebound. It's a bouncing puck that finds O'Day once more. He tries to shovel it up to the point, and instead, that puck rolls to a star. It's Coronati retrieving for Bizarro. Bizarro in tight, shoots, and it's another save by the Sharks netminder. Still 35 seconds left to go. Bizarro back with the puck, shoots in once more. That one's bodied down and saved once more, and then a whole lot of after action in front of the net as it's Bizarro who is backed out of the scrum. There's a lot of Sharks who are trying to keep their netminder clean. And now some more conversation here from the Sharks bench toward the Stars players, and so we'll see if anything comes from that. We'll keep our eye on it up here in the broadcast booth. But for now, 4:20 left to play in the third. 32 seconds left to go on the man advantage as the Stars look to get their lines right on the ice. This is O'Day, Bizarro. Now Bizarro will come off the ice now in favor of O'Connor. Polyakov out there too. And so, get a puck drop. That's one forward by the Stars, controlled by the Sharks as far as O'Day at the point, who dumps right back in. O'Connor and Polyakov will turn forward. O'Day pinches in to keep the zone. Bouncing puck's going to come all the way up and out, so coming all the way across is Murphy. Murphy able to fire that strong side out of the defensive zone. 15 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Stars. 4 minutes even left to go in this game. Bolonic settles that puck for Murphy. Murphy skates it up into the offensive end, but just a bit offside. And so with 3:55 left to play here in the third, 7 seconds left on the man advantage. It'll be a neutral zone drop. It looks to be Murphy and O'Day as the defenders. Bolonic works that on over for O'Connor. O'Connor and Polyakov will twist and turn into the offensive end. Polyakov drop pass, and it's sent just high and wide by the Stars. Murphy able to keep the zone, though, dumps it in deeper once more. Polyakov fires on the puck. Into the near corner he comes. Polyakov on the puck there, gets bodied, but Murphy gets the shot in, and it's kicked aside all the way over to Bolonic. Bolonic cycles it deeper. He takes a hit to do so, and then pops right back up, and he's back on the puck is Bolonic. Stars try to emerge with it, but instead it's the Sharks firing it into the neutral zone, and then it's fired forward to the blue line, but it's the Stars through O'Connor back in. O'Connor tries to slide it over, but it was a sliding defensive play by the Sharks that won out. That puck rolled toward the end boards. It's now the Sharks all the way across their zone, across the blue line, touched farther there by Murphy. But we get a stoppage in play with 3:07 left to play on a Stars offside. Should be a neutral zone drop coming up here from Abe Stark. Now it'll be Adamick and Briscoe, Shulman, Schaefer, and Ramos as the 5 skaters. This is Shulman at the near neutral zone dot. Puck is dropped. Tying their men up are the Stars, and then Adamick able to fire that in to the offensive zone. Sharks try to throw that right back out. The hand pass gets washed, and so Schaefer back for it in his own zone. He's got Ramos with him. Schaefer turning smartly, strong side, able to work that up past the blue line with some help from Adamick and Briscoe. It's Ramos streaking in down the left wing. Goes around a man, fires that on net, and it's saved nicely by the Sharks. Getting back in a hurry is the captain to try and cut out any threat. He had some help from Shulman and Briscoe on the far side, and Schaefer was in the proper position to cut out any threat. It's Schulman taking over in that far corner. 2:25 left to go. Fired across the slot. Nobody home just yet for the Stars. And now it's the Sharks emerging with it. 2-on-2 as the Sharks all the way into the offensive end. They throw it toward the slot. Getting back on the back check was Schaefer, and the Stars able to throw that all the way up and out of the zone. And now Briscoe bodies a man there at the far half wall. Bouncing puck comes to a Shark. They send it out of the defensive zone. It's now Coronati over for Murphy. Murphy on the puck, stalks forward. He dumps in on net. Ends up being a nice save by the Sharks netminder. Gitman to retrieve, far side of the ice. He's at the end boards, is Gitman. Stars happy to try and eat up the rest of this game in the offensive end if they can. Gitman cycles, and it looks like it's Bergman trying to work it back to him. Bergman takes a jostle there, keeps his skates, and tries to get the pass back from Gitman. He does. Top of the far circle. Bergman shoots in, goes off a shin guard, doesn't leave the zone as Coronati's able to dump it in once more. Bouncing puck toward the end boards, and now it's Pizarro bodying a man there in the corner. It's thrown toward Gitman. Gitman with the puck, cycles it just a bit deeper. It's the Sharks working that puck up to the near point, but Murphy had pinched in to keep the zone, and he does a second time too as that puck racks all the way around to the far side of the ice. 73 seconds left to play here from the boardwalk. It's the Stars trying to keep the puck in the offensive end. Sharks will retrieve. They're going to fire this one all the way up and down. Should go for an icing. It does. And so, with 1:03 left to play in this game, it's an offensive zone draw for the Stars, who have a heavy lead in the shot count, but just a 1-goal lead on the scoreboard, looking to see this one out for their first win of 2025. This will be Belonik, Polyakov, and looks like Kocher as the forwards. Murphy and Coronati as the defenders, but we're going to get a stoppage here for a timeout. So 63 seconds left to go. Timeout on the ice. This is Midnight Sports. Timeout over here from Abe Stark. These are the stakes. 63 seconds left to go. Defensive zone draw for the Sharks. Expect them to pull their netminder as soon as they get possession of the puck. And the puck up and out of the zone. Stars want to keep it there, and they do for now. This is a puck that's going to sit in the offensive end for the Stars as they look to maintain, or now gain possession of it. It's Belonik racking it deeper. 49 seconds left to go here as the Sharks do get control of it. On the zone breakout, the Sharks throw it all the way across the neutral zone and look to gain the offensive zone, but it's Sam Coronati picking off a pass and throwing it right back in the other direction. Sharks can't clear their net just yet. Now across the logo come the Sharks. Net's empty. 6 skaters on the ice for the Sharks. Murphy pumps that puck up into the netting off the dasher, and so this is going to be a face-off in the Stars' defensive zone with 25.7 left to go in this game. Looks like maybe a timeout called on the ice, and so with 25.7 left to go, keep it right here. Another timeout. This is Midnight Sports. All right, that timeout's over. I promise there are no more timeouts on the board. 25.7 left to go in this one. Offensive zone draw. 6 skaters on the ice for the Sharks. It all comes down to this. If they say pressure makes diamonds, you could open a jewelry store right now. This is the Sharks trying to tie up a man, firing in off a skate. O'Connor tries to bat that puck out of the zone. Sharks dump in just a bit deeper. O'Day carries it behind his net, throws it out toward the far half wall, and it's Kotcher lifting the stick of a man, pumping it up past the blue line. Huge play there by Kotcher, who carries it into the offensive zone. Sharks back to retrieve, but that might do it in this game as Kotcher's just going to keep that puck by the end boards. Bouncing puck out front. There goes the buzzer. We've gone final. That's a New York Stars victory. It's the Stars 3, the Long Island Sharks 2. Thanks so much for joining us right here on Midnight Sports. We'll see you again next weekend. Until then, stay safe.